I am Nala, yes, a female Labrador. They say a Labrador even for us, but I am very much a female dog, an heiress, a living piece of a history much older than myself. And today, I want to tell it to you. Unvarnished, without myths, just with the truth from my heart and my memory. My story begins very precisely at the start of the 19th century, around 1810, on the island of Newfoundland in Canada. That's where humans first described a dog that looked exactly like what I am today. The St. John's dog, the direct ancestor of the Labrador. This was also the time when these dogs were noticed by British nobles who saw them working for the first time in the ports of St. John's. The very first official mention of a Labrador dog dates back to 1823 in a letter written by the 2nd Earl of Malmesbury in England, after he had imported the first individuals from Newfoundland. My story begins in the cold ports of Newfoundland in Canada, where my ancestors, the St. John's dogs, would run along the docks, helping fishermen who lived by the rhythm of the ocean. Those dogs knew nothing of rest. They would dive into the icy water to retrieve nets, bring back fallen fish, and save a day's work. They worked with the men, shoulder to shoulder, or rather, paw to hand. That's where I come from. That's the blood that flows in my veins. People often talk about us as kind, gentle, simple, almost naive dogs. But the truth is, we are survivors, tireless workers, born allies. We were shaped by centuries of collaboration with humans in extreme conditions where the slightest gesture could mean the end or life. Then England came along. The British aristocrats, upon seeing my ancestors, understood immediately. This dog, it's made for retrieving, for hunting, for obedience. Lord Malmesbury, the Dukes of Home, Buccleuch, these families structured our breed. They selected for loyalty, intelligence, emotional balance, the ability to stay calm when everything around is in chaos. It's thanks to them that I exist as I am today. In 1903, the Kennel Club officially recognized our breed. Then America followed. And from then on, Labradors became indispensable. In field trial competitions, my sisters and brothers run, observe, wait, explode into action, then come back and sit with perfect calm. In obedience competitions, they shine with their precision. In shows, by their impressive stature. I am proud of that, proud of this lineage, this discipline, this simple yet powerful beauty. Proud to represent this quiet strength that melts hearts. When I talk to you about myself, I'm not just talking about my sturdy body, my waterproof coat, or my gentle eyes. I'm talking about my temperament, this constant desire to help, this infinite patience, this way of waiting, of understanding, of sometimes sensing human emotions, even before they arise. What I am today is the result of thousands of hours where my ancestors worked in silence, in the wind, in the snow, in the icy water. My calm comes from those long waits, standing on a dock, muscles tense but mind calm, ready to leap the second a fisherman said, "Go." When I close my eyes, I sometimes feel like I can still hear the sound of the Newfoundland waves. It's strange, I know, but I believe a Labrador's memory isn't limited to its own life. We carry within us the memories of the generations before, the efforts, the sacrifices, the moments of doubt, the silent victories. Then came the arrival in England, the change of air, of climate, of pace. There, my ancestors learned another type of work, more structured, more methodical, more strategic. Retrieving game, the long distances, the difficult terrains, the absolute discipline. And above all, that very special relationship between the handler and the dog. A bond so strong that a simple gesture of a finger was enough to guide an entire task. The first great Labrador champions appeared at that time. Dogs like Buccleuch Avon or Jock of Arden, names that few people know today, but who are literally my great-great-great-grandparents. These dogs founded the modern bloodlines. They established what makes us a unique breed. The ability to stay calm for an hour, then to explode into action in less than a second. The intense focus, the love of a job well done, and that sense of return, that instinctive need to bring back what we are entrusted with. I was born from that. Not from chance, not from fashion, but from a heritage shaped by passionate men and women, dedicated breeders who spent their lives preserving our qualities. When I listen to you breathe, I understand your mood. When you change your tone, I already know what you're going to say. When you put your hand on me, I know if you're tired, worried, or happy. That's how we are. It's not a talent, it's our essence. And the competitions, they aren't there to show us off, to celebrate the faithfulness of a job. Every field trial won, every working test passed, every show where a Labrador shines. It's a recognition of what we have been for 2 centuries, dogs you can trust. In my lineage, there have been champions, guides, search dogs, family dogs, quiet heroes. And now there's me, Nala, a black Labrador, calm, solid, loving, and proud to bear this name. I'm not perfect, but I have within me this ancient will, this gentle strength that makes us the most faithful companions. I am capable of waiting for hours just to be near you, capable of reading your silence like an open book, capable of coming back to you even if you've strayed. That's who I am, Nala, a Labrador, a descendant of the icy harbors, a student of the British fields, a friend of today. I am living proof that centuries can change a world, but they never break a lineage whose heart is made of loyalty. And as long as I walk by your side, I will carry with me the entire history of my breed, all the wisdom of my ancestors, all the gentleness of my soul. When a Labrador becomes a guide dog, for example, it adds something to our story. Infinite patience, self-control, emotional intelligence. When a Labrador works on the rubble to save lives, it adds courage. When a Labrador lies for hours at a child's feet, it adds tenderness. And when a Labrador, like me, simply shares the life of a human, it adds simple love, true love. Our story is not static. It continues to be written, day after day, in every home, in every glance exchanged, in every shared breath. The archives speak of the past, but you are the one who writes my present. Sometimes we are asked to be strong when we are tired, to be joyful when we are in pain, to be patient when all we want is to run. And yet we do it. Not out of obligation, not solely out of instinct, but because it is our nature to care, to make the humans around us feel a little better every day, quietly, without ever giving up. There's something I'd like you to understand. A Labrador is never just a dog. We are the sum of our ancestors, our teachers, our experiences, our joys and our sorrows. We carry on our shoulders a mission that has never been written anywhere, but which we always follow. To be there, present, constant, reliable. The Labrador has become one of the most beloved dogs in the world, because we are capable of learning to understand a human being deeply, almost instinctively. Scientists talk about social sensitivity. I call that listen with your heart. And you want to know a secret? Every time I walk beside you, I feel the footsteps of the dogs that came before me. Every time I swim, I feel the shadows of Newfoundland ports in the water. Every time I wait motionless, I remember those long hours in the English fields where my ancestors stood, without a sound, ready to bring back. I carry all of that with me, and I wear it with pride. But despite this grandeur that history bestows upon us, I am also simply Nala. Me, with my habits, my looks, my way of resting my head on your lap as if I've always belonged there. Me, with my fears sometimes, my desires, my little moments of vulnerability. Me, who asks for nothing more than to be by your side. Because that is the true legacy of Labradors. Not the glory, not the trophies, not the great names in the archives, but the bond, the one that is created between a human and a dog. A bond so strong that it transcends words, silences, seasons. So when you look at me, remember, you don't just see a black Labrador. You see a story that has endured for 2 centuries. You see the busy ports, the wide fields, the loving families, the hard-working hands, and the many lives. And you see a soul, proud and honored to walk this path together with you. And as long as you open your door, your heart, and your daily life to me, I will continue to write the next chapter of this lineage with you, calm, serene, loyal, and immensely grateful to be here, close to you. I am Nala, a Labrador, not just a gentle dog, but a descendant of the St. John's dogs, a born worker, a faithful ally, and a living piece of my breed's history. In your memory, in your heart, in every smile, and in every thought of me, I live on. Our love doesn't end, it continues. Goodbye, my friend.